Hello, everyone. We're back for episode 5 of our face-to-face series. I'm delighted to be joined by Adam Jenkins, who is the director of the winning film Game Over from our 2019 competition. How you doing, Adam?
Hey, Michael. Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. How you doing?
Yes, no, very well, thank you. Thanks for asking.
Good.
So in this face-to-face series, what we're doing is we're catching up with our previous competition winners. So far, we've caught up with the 2 winners from 2018 and making our way now through our 2019 winners, whom you would have met in November last year. So, November seems quite a long time ago now. How have you sort of found this period of lockdown and transition?
Yeah, it's an interesting one. It's being freelance, like I'm sure most of us are, in the directing, writing, film world. We're kind of used to this in a way, between gigs, between jobs, between projects. So we're used to having our downtime or writing or being locked away in a room, just writing, thinking ideas, working ideas. But I just think the difference now is the period of time that this has gone on for. And the way it's kind of affecting everyone, and now everyone is thrown into this limbo, where you can almost have, if you're, unless you're a key worker or someone that's been able to maintain their day job, where you have this endless time. And I don't know about you, but whenever I'm working, I think, if only I could have some time. If only I could have some time just to concentrate on a project. And then in a way, you're handed this time, and all you want to do is go, I don't know what to do with this time. So it's this weird, thing where all you want is time to be able to develop a project, to get your head around a script when you're working in your day job or your career, and then you're given it, and then you're like, oh no, I'll just watch an episode of Tiger King, or I'll just go for a walk. So you still do these same things where you're putting off things. But when it comes to it, you've got to knuckle down and get on with your idea, because it's in a way it's a gift. You're being given this time to get on with things. So that's what I've been trying to do, as well as watching Netflix.
Yeah, a hell of a lot of Netflix. I imagine it must have been watched, and of course a number of the other platforms as well. So I think it's quite interesting. Obviously everyone that I've spoken to in our face-to-face series today, and also a lot of our clients say the same thing in terms of that, taking that time to reflect, work on projects, writing, script development, and so on. And almost this is the perfect time to do a lot of that. So I think it's a common theme sort of throughout the industry. So I want to sort of just go back to our competition in November last year. So it culminated in the awards in November. Game Over, a brilliant film. Can you just give a sort of a brief overview of what the film's about and the storyline?
Yeah, sure. Essentially, it's a story that starts with 2 UN peacekeepers doing their day job, their boring patrol, where they're talking about mind-numbing things, and they're just doing a sweep of a war-torn area. Over the credits, you hear the helicopters, you hear the war, and then these are the guys cleaning up. And essentially, it's just a walk and talk of seemingly uninteresting stuff. They're just like everyone has a day job, just the talk to get them through the day, and then something goes wrong. For those of you who haven't seen it, I won't tell you exactly what, but it kind of then does a bit of a genre change into an action thriller with a twist, because it's a short film. And that's it in a nutshell. I don't want to give too much away, just in case anyone seeks it out online, or once the festival runs over, we will put it online just to check it out.
Yeah, no, definitely. I would definitely recommend that. I think the first time I watched it, and I've been lucky enough to watch it a few times, it definitely threw me, the twist within it. So it's very well sort of put together. So definitely worth checking out when it goes online. And I think towards the end, we display your social media sort of contact information, so people can follow you.
Great, thank you.
Sort of the build up to that. So how did you hear about our competition, and sort of what did winning that competition back in November? How did it feel?
Yeah, I got to say, it was absolutely fantastic. It's the first award that Game Over has won, which we are completely thrilled about. We found out about the competition itself through through a company called Festival Formula, who we'd enrolled the film with. Basically, they're a company that sort of looks after submissions to film festivals,
Yeah.
and does all the paperwork for you, gets it to the right festivals, and they kindly recommended your festival.
Yeah.
So we're like, yeah, of course, it would be great. And then the night of the award, we came in, fantastic, given a drink and some food. Nervous because there were so many films entered. Sort of sitting there, and thankfully, thank you to everyone who's on the judging panel. Game Over was selected to be one of the winners, and I think if memory serves me right, we were the first ones called out, so we were completely shocked. Completely shocked, and then we came up and actually the award's just on the shelf outside. Actually, we've still got the award. Lovely award. And we were completely thrilled. It was a great evening. We got to chat to not only the other 3 great films that were given awards, but also just people like yourself and the people from performance that were great. I remember you guys took us off, to David and myself, who wrote the film, and interviewed us on camera, and that was all very exciting. And yeah, it was just a brilliant night, absolutely brilliant night.
Fantastic, Joe. It does sort of every time I'm sort of looking back at these awards night, it does bring back some really good positive memories. And I think, actually that networking element that I think you sort of touch on there, with meeting the other 3 sort of winning filmmakers, but also a lot of the other nominated films on the night. Some of our partners were there, and I mean, you mentioned Festival Formula as well, who are good friends of ours. So I mean, yeah, if filmmakers, if you're not aware of them, well worth checking them out online. Brilliant, cool. I mean, so you haven't naturally. I mean, the awards night was in November last year. Since then, the world's been battling coronavirus. So you haven't made use of the prize yet. I mean, is there any projects that you can sort of briefly let us know about that perhaps might be in the pipeline for use?
Yeah, I've always, I mean, for those, Michael, you've seen Game Over, and it's not your standard kitchen sink gritty British reality drama. That some are great, but we do make a lot of them here in this country. So we kind of really wanted to push ourselves with what we could achieve. So crazily, we thought, well, we'll make a war movie. We'll make a war action movie. Of course you do, when you've got no money. So with the next thing that I've been developing is again kind of coming from that school of thought of what do I not see British short films being. So it's that kind of thing. This one's actually the bones of it. We have the script now, which I've been using lockdown to polish, which is a heist movie. So it's it's a kind of a coming of age, rites of passage heist movie. Again, it's quite ambitious, with some action. So I've sort of been using lockdown to polish script, and that's what the prize will go towards. The prize will go towards giving us a good foundation financially to move on and hopefully attract. Again, some named actors. We had some fantastic named actors in Game Over. We had Blake Harrison, Gemma Whelan, and Naomi Battrick, who just were brilliant. So we want to sort of attract a high caliber of cast, but again have these high production values all thrown in with an engaging story. So that's the next project. Whenever fingers crossed, we can get back to filming.
Yes.
Whenever we can put people on a film set, only of course when it's safe to do. So yeah, that's the next one. Watch this space.
Sounds really exciting. Obviously, we'll wait to hear from you sort of as you get closer to production on that. So the process of getting the prizes is very straightforward. So we can cover that sort of separately nearer the time. Cool. So look, to end this face-to-face, what we've done in all of our previous episodes is asked for, if you had to give one piece of advice that you've either been given in your career or just something that you quite strongly believe in to filmmakers or producers or fellow directors, what would that be?
I've got two really. I think from my experience, and these may be ones that everyone's heard before, and it might be a cliche, but they're cliches or because they're true. So the first thing I would say is get it right on paper. You have your own time as a writer, a director, a producer. Get the film right on paper. Your script, your treatment, your storyboards, whatever you're going to do. And this is in the short film world where time, resources, they're not abundant. You don't have it everlasting. The sun's going to go down. Get your film right on paper and know your film inside out. That would be my big tip, especially to anyone just starting off. Don't just take a camera out there and experiment. I mean, there is that type of filmmaking. You can and you will find things on the day when you're filming that you think, okay, well, I planned it this way, but actually it's better this way. But have a plan. That's my big thing. We were only able to make Game Over because we had the plan. The exact plan of how we were going to do everything, from the script to the actors learning the lines from the script, and then the shots. So yeah, get it right on paper. That's my number one tip. And my number two tip is just to surround yourself with good people, who know what they're doing. And if you're a director, trust those people. So trust your DOP, trust your production designer, trust your actors. They will all make your film much better than you could ever have imagined it was going to be. Yeah. So trust those people. Find good people who are enthusiastic about the project for the right reasons. They probably won't be financial at this stage. You're coming together and share the creativity, share your vision if you're the director or the writer, share what you would like, and then be open to new ideas. That would be my two key things. So get it right on paper, number one. Number two, unless you're a one-man band and you're going to film it, do the sound yourself, act in it yourself, write it yourself, do the catering yourself, get good people, get a good nucleus of people around you, and share together. You can Zoom now, or there's so many different websites you can share things easily. Don't keep it all in your head. Show people what you would like to achieve, and they will help you achieve it, and they'll make it better with their own ideas. So they're my two takeaways.
Brilliant. There we go. Two really, really good pieces of advice there. Thank you, Adam, and thank you for joining me on episode 5. For those of you that want to follow Adam, his social media details are on the screen now. Check him out. Ours are going to follow very shortly afterwards as well. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and thank you again, Adam, for catching up with us.
No, my pleasure. Thanks, Michael.